why don't you start rewarding the big groups so they can create more content and attract more people and allow those groups to make money, kind of like those YouTube channels that have their own community. But in essence, the real community are the groups. Like, that's the community.
Today, we are going to talk about a few things. We're going to start with probably the most quote unquote controversial. I posted the other day about the article about the Zuckerberg talking about how TikTok is hurting them, and Facebook lost 1 million daily active users, and they posted big revenue losses. I think this is important, so let's talk about it.
Well, there's a shift happening, and that's been happening for a while, that they weren't really prepared for. How many times have you and I talked about this in the podcast specifically? Facebook just doesn't get it. How many times? Like, Facebook doesn't, even Instagram takes them a little while, man. But you see that how fast YouTube adapts to things, right? Even though they may not screw up they screw up here and there. But here's the thing, and we're going to keep on repeating it for a very long time. The thing that YouTube got right, Facebook sucks at, and that's rewarding their content creators. And TikTok does it extremely well as well. They have this community there and they treat them really well. But yet Facebook, how many times has Zuckerberg said no?
No.
No, I'm not going to pay the content creators. They're benefiting from us being on the platform. And now it's biting them in the ass. It's turning around. The culture, the community, it's all shifting.
Yeah. It's interesting too that a lot of the comments really went down the rabbit hole of, well, because of politics, religion, race, Facebook let it get away, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of reasons I think why. I think another reason is lack of innovation. Zuckerberg has gotten away with being a copycat platform, and now they're struggling to keep up.
Yeah, because that's the culture they created, dude. It's sad. It's sad to see that they have to copy now versus actual innovation. Right? And where you see YouTube is still innovating, right? And thank goodness they have Mr. Beast. Dude, that guy's insanely amazing.
Well, YouTube pays the most, and that's why they're going to always remain at the level they are.
That's a really good point. They pay so much that Mr. Beast makes millions off of his YouTube channel, but then again, he puts back in those millions into his videos. Yeah. So great point. And Facebook doesn't even pay, dude. And when they do pay, it's nasty. It's not even good.
I do have a buddy though. I can attest to this. So I've talked about my top loan officer. He's a tractor puller. If you're into tractor pulling, it's called the Beer Money Pulling Team. And if you're into tractor pulling, you probably already know this guy. His name is Jason Schultz. I didn't realize how big it was. He's got over 1 million followers on his Facebook group or page or whatever it is, and anything he touches, because he opened a TikTok as a result, because I told him to, he did, and he had 100,000 followers within overnight, within a month, right? And then he started a YouTube channel, and I'm sure he will get a ton of subscribers there as well, because there is a cult that follows this. He does make somewhere in the $15,000 to $30,000 a month from Facebook because of the ads they run on his content, because he's got 1 million followers. So I can't say that they don't pay at all. However, he has gone to Facebook jail for doing nothing wrong and gotten shut off for a while, which is what caused him to say, you know what, screw you, Facebook, I'm going other places. Now they turned him back on, but still, now all of a sudden he shifted his focus to other places. So you had something to say about that.
Well, that just goes to show you also, if he were to have that same following on YouTube, right, it wouldn't be 15,000, man. Yeah. It would be probably closer to 50,000 plus a month, right? And now that makes a massive difference.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So, it's almost like this is like business 101 in a way. Like you just mentioned Mr. Beast. That's business 101. Doesn't matter what business you're in. If you want to scale and grow, you've got to invest in your business. You got to constantly you got to be not afraid to take steps backwards or take steps forward, right? And it's almost like Facebook is so greedy, they can't get out of their own way. They already make hundreds of billions of dollars. Give it back, and you'll actually probably see yourself find a little, regrowth, if you will. And then not even that, you and I talk about this all the time. Facebook groups is a niche. Nobody's got it. Why aren't they doubling, tripling, quadrupling, whatever the next number is down on Facebook groups? And it just,
here's the plan. Here's the plan. Hopefully Zuckerberg's listening to this one because, he's a very number one fan. With groups, that's what's keeping you going. Why don't you start rewarding the big groups so they can create more content and attract more people and allow those groups to make money, kind of like those YouTube channels that have their own community. But in essence, the real community are the groups. Like, that's the community. Look at what, and I mentioned this last time, the ginger marketer said. I've grown my presence in TikTok, but I bring them into the group because that's what really allows for engagement and growth and community bonding.
Yeah.
So, dude, we should be rewarded for growing groups and putting in content on a daily basis. That should be the new form of YouTubing, TikToking. That's massive right there. You want Facebook to come back with a massive vengeance? Then it's time to put groups on the map.